Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. I should probably be drinking water, but I got coffee. It's like water, except not really. So as you can see, the little title screen in the corner, left-hand corner. Left-hand corner. That way. That way. I had to figure out which way I'm pointing. Left-hand corner. We're watching the Knights of Guinevere trailer. It is by Dana Terrace and is being, I believe the correct word is produced by Glitch Productions, who do The Amazing Digital Circus, Gas, no, that's the name of the song. Oh, what was that one that I like? It's a dead girl, it's not a dead girl. Apocalypse theme. My dog just squeakied a toy. Now I want to figure this out. I need to rewatch that episode, to be honest. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a dang potato. Oh, wait, is it called? It is called Gaslight. The Gaslight District. Okay, see, I was correct. Is it the Gaslight District? It's amazing. Go watch it. I'm really excited for this. I saw the teaser a while ago and it looked like really cool. But yeah, we're gonna jump it. Sorry. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna watch Knights of Guinevere trailer. And we're gonna be amazed because it's amazing. Okay, let's see if I can figure. Where's my mouse? There it is. Hi! I found my mouse. Okay. We're gonna do this now. Sorry, I'm weird. I need subtitles. I took Guinevere. Oh, I love how that looked.
Once upon a time, and this was a very long time ago indeed, there was a princess, trapped in a tall, tall tower, and locked away by complicated machines that ran on blood and fear.
Princess locked in tower. Machines that ran on blood and fear. Why would you need a princess to be locked? Like, I know the old story where it's like for their safety, or I guess in some cases, like the safety of the kingdom, the princess has to be locked away, or they're stolen and locked away. But like, the fact that the tower ran on blood and fear is kind of, it's interesting, but also kind of weird. It's like, how? So like, how would it be run on? Like, the only thing, I'm laughing about this, but it's actually really horrible. The only thing that comes to mind in order to get both blood and fear, probably based on the like amount of tech and machinery that we're seeing, like the amount that we need to power that, it's gonna be a lot. You're gonna need a lot. This is not like, oh, small amount of energy. This is like a lot of energy that you're gonna need to run all these things. The only thing I can think of is the only event that I can think of, well, events would either be like there's a plague going around or there's a war. Because you ain't really, there's probably something else, but it's like, I don't know, 3 a.m. almost. No, it's 2 a.m. here. Regardless, there's only like so much you're gonna get out of blood and fear unless they're doing weird experimental things to the people in order to extract blood and fear at the same time. I don't know. Unless they're like a blood draw and then doing like a, hey, we're doing a nightmare sleep test. Come here and have your nightmares, or allow us to give you nightmares so we can power these machines. We'll pay you for it, or not. I don't know. I don't know how this. I don't really know anything about this world. That's sort of all I got. So let's go ahead and keep watching. Let's see what happens.
Will she ever escape? Will she ever find her knights?
Oh god. Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay, Western Docks. There's a little doggy and a 7. And I think that's more. I think that's an M-O-R. I want to say that's either Morgan or Morgana or something to that effect. I could be wrong. I'm not very well versed at reading graffiti. Sorry. That's not my forte. If anyone knows what this says, like, comment down below and let me know what exactly it says, because I don't know. Okay. I will be going back and doing like a okay, yeah, I see things I'll pause at when we do a secondary go through. Oh gosh.
Oh, why hello. Didn't notice you there. Come closer. Meet some very good friends of mine.
Freaking Disney, Walt Disney-esque. Yeah, this is gonna be tricky. Oh. Okay. September 19th. That's not that far away. That's not that far away. Okay, we're gonna go through. There's the parts I want to pause at because I'm very interested. Go ahead and turn off subtitles. Okay. So in this scene, it looks again very much amusement park-esque style setup. You have the little, what are those called? The sky twirly things. I don't know the technical terms for these rides. They're fun. I do like these rides. I don't like actual roller coasters because they're too fast. And I think I saw an episode of like either CSI or NCIS or something, probably CSI, where the roller coaster went too fast and the track broke, and then the roller coaster flew off the track, and yeah. So seeing that as a small child on the TV made my brain go, we don't like that at all. So, but I do like these ones. Yeah, these look so fun though. It looks like you could, like, I guess maybe either, yeah, based on the design, it looks solid all the way through. So the only thing I can think of is that there's like seats inside that you go in. Like there's somewhere there's a door and you go inside and you sit and you go up and you get twirled around. That sounds so fun. Either that or it works some other way. Because these kind of look like the little, if you remember in not Toy Story, The Brave Little Toaster, the scene where they're in the car junkyard and there's the giant metal, the magnet guy that like picks up all the cars and puts them on the conveyor belt. That's also what that reminds me of, but that kind of mechanism probably would not be great. You need a very strong magnet for that. But they're probably not what they did. So I'm going with these are little like carriages that are covered all the way through and people go inside and sit down. Let's continue on, shall we?
Once upon a time.
Okay, so you got I don't know if her name's Guinevere or not, or if that's the name of the princess. She looks so pretty. I mean, I know this is a statue, but it's so pretty. Like, seriously. Okay. So it looks like this is either... No, this is probably not behind the scenes. These look more like park side attractions, not backstage. So this is still probably they're in the production stage of designing the theme park for this, for whoever this person is. Do we know? I'm gonna see. I kind of want to see if I can find out. Guinevere. Okay, so it's psychological thriller set in the far future. Okay, so it is a planet-wide amusement park in the clouds. That okay. I got my phone. I'm on the on the glitch website. You can't really see that, but I'm on the glitch website. So Deanna Terrace, John Bailey Owen, and Zach Marcus are the creators. Okay, awesome. Is there? Okay, so there's just an about. There's not really a So on the glitch website, on the glitch production website, they don't really specify who's who yet. Obviously, we'll find out on September 19th once that happens. Sorry, my nose itched. So yeah. So I don't know if that's a knight or if that's Guinevere, or if that's someone else that we find out on a poster. I'm not entirely sure. So let's go.
And this was
okay. Yeah, see, she's obviously someone very important. Is that that might just be how the hair is, but that also looks like a weird third eye up there. I could be wrong. Unless they built the statue and put like a camera on it, or there's another image. But yeah, they're still in. I can see like the scaffolding back here, and everything else, and the little crane, and the crane back here. Oh gosh, these are tall. These are tall. These are talls. You can tell that this is still like early on in their timeline because they're still building everything. Yeah.
a very long time ago indeed. There was a princess.
I wonder who that is in the background. I think that's either a mom or it's. I know I keep doing this because my webcam's like here, and then my monitor is like up there. My monitor's above. I'm thinking this is like, yeah, no, because there's no tiara that I can or crown that I can see, so I think that's like either a handmaid or like not handmaid. Maybe is handmaid the right word? Maid, lady in waiting. We're going lady. It's either a lady in waiting. Maybe it's a queen. I don't know. Obviously this is. I think this is the guy who built the amusement park. And this is... I had an epiphany. What if he built the amusement park to run... the tower? Because you know people like me who are scared of roller coasters, and that's a fear, and it's the same. Okay, so I'm at the point like where I'm like, okay, how do I know which websites are like legit? Is Psychology Today a good one? I don't know. List of brain chemicals and their function. Okay. Go with the first one. Cleveland Clinic. Please don't let me down, and please be legit. I need to know the one about the emotions, like fear. Can't you give me pictures? I'm a picture guy. Hi, Lasha. Yeah, you got me the octopus? Okay. Okay. Serotonin. Histamine. Oof. Dopamine. Epinephrine. A lot of these sound like drugs, but they're not. Are they drugs? Fight or flight, fear or stress. Okay. Yeah, chef. I love you, but I'm doing stuff. The curtain's moving because my dog's right here. and she wants to play. We're doing a little tug of war. So sorry. Back to the Glitch Productions, and we're gonna full screen this again. I already had to fix one octopus for you, ma'am. I don't want to fix another octopus toy. Not an actual real live octopus that we have in the house. We do not have octopus. Octopuses? Octopi? No! My mic fell. It didn't. Oh, my little mossy friend! Finished knitting. He knitted some socks. Sorry, I have a focus app. Not that it's really doing much for me. Okay, sorry. I keep getting distracted. Back to this. Okay, so back to Knights of Guinevere. Okay, so amusement parks. Maybe that's why that one machine is concealed, so no one sees what's happening. So I can easily see them, like, in that enclosed environment. No one can see what's going on, and when you're going at high speeds, that's a lot of excitement and such. So, the only thing I can think of is... Hold on, let me... Sorry, I don't want to say this. I mean, I'm still probably going to be incorrect, but... No. Okay. Okay. Oh no, those are... Okay, so like... So, to go through my thought process of this, is that the little hairballs could be containers for blood, if you get where I'm going with this. And that maybe inside of here is like the ability to collect said blood. And they could like have a like minimal quota or like a funky blood drive where they're like, hey yo, give us some blood. Let us stick you with the little blood collection needle. And you can give us some of your blood while you have an awesome ride, you know? You'll get some cookies and sweets on the way out. Probably not. Saying this is a post-apocalyptic thriller, it probably isn't that.
Once upon a time.
I'm that way.
This was a
Where
very
was I
long
at?
time ago indeed.
Okay, so
There was a
we're back to you.
princess, trapped in a tall tower.
Okay. So, we have like a stroller. Little... That reminds me of like the Jester type. Or like the King Henry type neck ruffle. Got some balloons. A little unicorn horse. Hello, Yasha. Bed. Okay.
And locked.
Okay. So a lot of medical equipment. Got some specs right here. Sorry, I just had a thought in that the person's motifs we are seeing. The only thing I can think of now, and I'll wait until we get to certain scenes so you can sort of see what I mean.
Away by complicated machines that ran on blood and fear.
Yeah, that looks kind of... I'm assuming this is like a quote-unquote nanny bot type deal, and they're just there to make sure that whoever's... Excuse me. Laying in the bed, receiving medical care is okay. I like how the little... Like, all the helium balloons are all medical themed. Like, you have a little heart and the star, and little, healing plus signs, and the little cloud healing plus signs, and the moon and the star plus healing plus sign, and just everything looks really cool and really amazing actually. I'm really digging all this setup. So I'm my thought process is that this is the princess. The actual princess. Either that, she's also... she's robotic. Running on blood and fear. Why would you need blood? Unless someone's system runs on blood. And fear. Which I'm assuming maybe this person does. I'm assuming this is probably Guinevere, maybe. Maybe she's the princess. Or role reversal, this is the princess, and this is one of the knights. Or a knight in training, who is acting as like a princess decoy, even though they don't look alike. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure about that. We'll see as we go on.
Will she ever escape? Will she ever find her knights?
Okay. I like the color grading here, from like the blonde to the blue. Okay, this kind of looks like if Guinevere was human. Almost. So back. Yeah, the eyes here are a bit like the pupils are small. No, the pupils are about the same. Okay, so yeah, I'm going with this is this person. So I don't know if that's Guinevere or a knight. But I'm going with this is who that is in a more humanized form. And we'll go back to the teaser because there's something I want to see there as well. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we got Dream. Okay, shuttle stop. I cannot read that. So meet the princess of Park Planet. Okay, so the person who we saw on the bed was more of a mascot. She was more of a mascot princess than an actual princess. Or she's a princess who was utilized as a mascot princess. It's also like a very Disney-esque Cinderella-esque Disney type style castle, which the actual Disneyland castle is based on the Neuschwanstein castle in... Oh, let me make sure I'm getting my countries right. I don't want to be a... Neuschwanstein. Okay. Neuschwanstein Castle is a 19th century palace, Romanesque revival palace in Bavaria, Germany, built by King Ludwig II. Hold on, actually, let me be smart about this. The actual website. I want to double check my. Oh God, Sure. I'm assuming the green. Okay, yes. Thank you. Instead of to German first, I'm like, I don't know Deutsch very well. Okay. So I did actually go to this castle a good while ago. Not a good while ago. it was years ago. It was like 2019, I want to say. It was fun. We got lost. Not the tour guide. The tour guide didn't get lost. Myself, my uncle, and his friend, we all got lost. My uncle and me are like the same age, so we were all high schoolers. Family's weird. Can I have a history lesson? Just a baby one. Idea and history. There we go. Oh, okay. Okay, so Ludwig II, King of Bavaria since 1864, addressed the following lines to the man he so greatly admired, Richard Wagner. Ludwig II spent his childhood at the... I'm going to butcher this, and I'm so sorry. Hohenschwangau Castle. There was like a picture of the castle above it. It is my intention to rebuild the old castle ruin of Hohenschwangau near the Pullet Gorge in the authentic style of the old German knights' castles. And I must confess to you that I am looking forward very much to living there one day in 3 years. There will be several cozy, habitable guest rooms with a splendid view of the noble Sauling, the mountains of Tyrol, and far across the plain. You know the revered guests I would like to accommodate there. The location is one of the most beautiful to be found, holy and unapproachable, a worthy temple for the divine friend who has brought salvation and true blessings to the world. That is so sweet! Oh my gosh! That is so sweet. Oh, I kind of want to cry because of how sweet it is. It was filled with swans. Swans was a very much that, like swans and other motifs that I can't say or else I'll get demonetized. But, probably. I'm not even monetized. I don't know why I said demonetized. I'm not monetized. Still, very beautiful castle. If you are able to go, I suggest going. It's very nice, very pretty. They do take you to the lake first on the tour. Do not do what we did when we went and assume that the castle is on the other side of the lake. It is not. It's not on the entrance to the castle is not on the other side of the lake. If you do follow a quote unquote path, there's a cliff side. Like, we stopped before we went over the cliff, so that's positive. And we like looked over and just saw like the castle in the distance. And then we missed the ride back to like the main area. We made our way back. So we were okay. Let's go back to the next one. I like the environmental. I do like all the environmental aspects of this. It's not clean. It's not, pristine. It's very much wear and tear. People have torn the posters. This guy has paint on his hat. I'm assuming he's smoking something. I love I talked about monetization ban and stuff, and very much not children's show. Let's go. So this looks like a little character. Okay. Space Puffs, so that was obviously a cereal. These look like potatoes. And it looks like someone, based on this iconography, that someone did not see her as a princess, but someone more of like a devil type character. And I'm guessing she has like a little helper person here, and hopefully we'll figure out who that is. Maybe that's a knight or like a little companion that the princess had to keep her company. Maybe it's meant to represent the young blonde girl that we saw. Maybe that's her like persona. I don't know. Okay. Okay, so we have a bunch of labs, so 6, 7, 1, 4, 8, 1, 4, 7, 6, 10. Okay. Yeah, so these look similar to the balls that we saw. There's two right there. Okay. Okay, so it looks no, they're going towards left. They're going towards whatever this is. Maybe they're doing a delivery or something. But yeah, this 3, 4. Okay, yeah, we're just not seeing the rest of them. They're probably out around. Location-wise, this probably would not be where the public could see. Again, because it is in the clouds, this is probably located like under the park, probably, I want to say. Or close enough to the park where, because you can still see the cloud cover up above. So I'm thinking that these balls here are these here. And these are probably located on other rides as well, probably. Either that or they have similar rides with the same things. Back. Oh, too far, too far, too far. Too far. No, there. Okay. So that's sort of like my thought process. These are probably fairly huge. These are a lot of labs. I'm not entirely sure what they're doing with those. They're testing something, obviously, because they're labs. We'll probably find out more when we get to the first episode or later episodes. Who knows? Maybe that person is transporting either subjects, maybe, or they're doing like a little checky check. Very industrialized location. Lots of smog. Based on this logo here, theory-wise, I want to say it's in reference to the park. Okay, yeah. So she I want to say is definitely a knight because she looks like she's fighting something. Or if she's a princess who fights stuff, who knows? I like the little ear cones. Kind of cool. She has like no emotion while this is going on, so she looks like this is stuff that she does normally. Because there's no fear, there's just, I guess probably determination, but it's the expression that someone gives where I've done this multiple times, I know how this works. This is not my first rodeo. We're pulling someone's guts. Oh. Okay. I like how this is like very pretty fantasy, all shiny. And then you have the young girl who I'm now assuming is a knight of some sort, pulling someone's guts out of them and forcing them forward. I don't know who that is. We can't really see because everything's in full black. This guy, based on the silhouette, looks like a character we'll see further on. I think that is the owner of the park. And more than likely the king as well, the owner and creator of the park, and the king. Oh, I didn't notice the eye motifs. That's really interesting because it's very much like an eye. I'm seeing you. I'm watching you. You cannot do anything without me noticing. Because eye motif there. And there are eye motifs here as well. There's not more that I can see, but there's also a lot of stars. I do very much like the colors palette and aesthetic of this, though. Yeah, that's definitely someone's guts. Okay, these two obviously cops of some kind. Okay, so yeah, this person's a beggar because they have a sign that says hungry, and it looks like they have some coins and an old cup. Obviously, this person is very much down on their luck and was trying to get money for food. And as you can tell by the frowny face, these guys are like, no, we don't like it. Either that or they're robots that just have like weird little scuba diving helmets on. Looks like this guy has a pack on him. That's a breathing apparatus. The only thing I can think of for them, the reason why they would need the breathing apparatus, is that they are beings they're beings we have not been introduced to, obviously, because this is a trailer and the first episode isn't out yet. They are someone who either needs specific. So I'm trying to get my thoughts in order with this. So The one thing I can think of at the moment in time is it's very much like a scuba diving type helmet theme that I'm seeing, and the fact that they have the little mascot guy here. The only thing I can think of is, again, going with the psychological thriller thing. Either they are almost dead or dead, and going at the blood and fear thing, they run on the blood and fear. No, that's the tower. The tower could expand. And there were the labs. These guys could have been made in the labs and need a specialized breathing apparatus in order to function. And that the reason why we can't see their face is that something was done to their face to lessen their humanity, so that it's less of, oh, you're talking to a person. No, you're talking to more of like a zoned out implies more high, more zombified, less compassionate person. It's more of a, I'm going to follow policy to the letter and not allow for human compassion or error type deal. That's sort of where I'm thinking. So we'll see. Let's continue on. Huh. Neat cigarette. Yeah, we saw. Did we see? We might have seen this guy earlier. This might be that same guy we saw at the bus. The same guy we saw at the bus? No, you were not. Either that or you were a... No, you're not the same guy. Different guy entirely. Okay. Sorry. I remember the pipe more than the guy's facial features. So yeah, let's go. Okay, so... Oh. Okay, so this looks like a garbage dump. We have a little plushie here, a Park Palace bottle, soda, fry, one that's like oil fry drugs, some oil fry jug, not drugs, some gears, regular trash, bottles, someone floating, missing a foot. Okay, so this looks like princess. She's missing a finger. She's quote-unquote bleeding from her hip socket. Okay, so I'm guessing that she is part human, part machine, because she looks like she has skin on top of metal, because she's missing... Yeah, because she's missing... This looks like a hip... like the hip socket. Got a rib cage, go to the spine. She doesn't have organs or any other organs, but she does have quote unquote, I'm assuming that's skin or it's parts of clothing, but given how taut it is against the skin or against the metal, I'm going more with that it is supposed to function as a skin overlay to the metal. Especially when you consider the fact she might be part human, part machine. So you can see like the little like ribcage design here and everything else. Let's see if no, that's not good. Okay, yeah, so she's injured here to the part where they had to stitch her eye shut. There's some injuries here. I'm gonna go with this is like a skin infection. She's missing hair all on one side. I'm assuming that they decided that she is defective and are throwing her away, which might be where the labs come in. The labs might be for creating clones of the princess or something to that effect. And this person here could be a quote-unquote princess that was considered defective in some way, shape, or form, and was therefore dumped. Oh, her eye moved. She is very much conscious and alive while this is happening. Okay, so we got... She is staring intently at there. Oh. Okay, so we got this statue here. Looks like a bit of a courtyard type deal. A little vending machine, like some vending machine stuff, and Guy sitting here. Great. So this is interesting on here. So there's chains specifically graffitied on the wrist with the broken one at the bottom. That can either mean that the princess is chained to her quote-unquote fate and broke out, or that the people were chained and they broke out. Chains across the eyes, some stickers. I think they're like tag stickers. I don't know. A little but I like the screaming bunny rabbit. So cool. The planet and stars. Either that or that was just like in a fun artistic flair that they decided to add along with everything else. It looks actually really cool. I was also really cool for me. I always find it really cool when you go out and you see graffiti on like the really tall buildings, because when I was traveling, we went by train, and as we were going by all the bridges and everything else, you just saw all this graffiti in all these like really tall places, and it was I was like, that's really cool. The fact that someone went up there and did, I'm not, let me say, I'm not condoning vandalism, but for in the discussion of artistic expression in places that one does not normally see artistic expression, the ability to get up there and have the dexterity and ability to cleanly exhibit those skills is a skill and feat unto itself that I could admire. I had to think very hard on how to say that. Someone's gonna be like, you condone this. Like, I didn't say I did. I just said I admired the ability and that the ability that these people have in this world, because you can tell. I mean, they could have probably had a ladder to get up there, but also they would have had to do it like the dead of night probably to do it. But either way, really cool, really great aspect of the world building, especially the post-apocalyptic. Am I right? Is this post-apocalyptic? I'm pretty sure that's what I read. Psychological thriller. Wow. I was wrong. I got my words mixed up. It is a psychological thriller. I assume post-apocalyptic because of how everything looked. But, yeah. Just flip. She does not like the princess or the statue, or the statue represents probably. Probably also does not like the princess, but again, flipping off. You go, you flip up the statue. Okay, we have, I'm assuming Guinevere again. Girl, maybe a knight. He's that here, giant ball. This is all very reminiscent of like a little girl princess room. The other thing that I just thought of is that she is the princess, and this is like a favored knight or someone that she cares about, and that's why she is in this room. The other phrase I'm thinking of is that she's like a favored toy, because the room she's in is very reminiscent of a toy room type deal. Particularly like a children's toy room, because you have the giant ball, you have the tea set, you have the little pillows. Earlier we saw a bunch of other toys, and we have the murals on the wall. It's very much reminiscent of like a children's bedroom, like for princesses and stuff. So either that person on the bed is the princess, just completely aged up, and utilized as the mascot portion, or the little blonde girl is the princess and the other person's knight. I don't know. We'll figure out when the pilot happens. But yeah. Oh, Broken Princess Android. Okay. It helps if I read the actual synopsis of this. So yeah, so this is the princess. Huh. Okay, interesting. So it could be that the labs and the other, and in that one scene where we saw this scene here that you see, that is either this person later on, or they are a defect from the labs. That is the only thing I can think of. Is that is that they were a defect from the labs, or they were the actual Princess Android. We got little friends. Okay, so we got some little friends here. Okay, so it looks like Dad that we saw the silhouette of earlier, or the king. Okay. So, yeah, okay, so the person we saw in the silhouette was this person. They're falling down. Again, looks very much like the Princess Android. It could be the same person. And it looks like she is falling. Visually, she could be falling into a fire based on the colors and the sparks that are going up. Or those are stars, and those are just lights on the bottom. But again, regardless, falling, probably in reference to this scene here. Because again, little girl pulled out the guts. Oh. Okay. Princess, amusement park owner, and her kid. Not her kid. And his kid. Which would explain why the Princess Android is in the girl's room, because the little girl probably only sees the Princess Android as like her toy. You know, which is why she was making this expression. She doesn't care about the Princess Android. She doesn't see the Princess Android as someone who can get hurt. She's just, oh, they're a toy. You know, it doesn't matter if I hurt them. It doesn't matter if I throw them away. It doesn't matter, you know, about anything except for like this one here. You know, in her mind, it's probably like, this is probably the first one. This is my favorite. You know, if they're broken, you know, I want to fix them. And it could be that the one we saw earlier that she pulled the guts out of might have been defective in some way, to where it's like, okay, I'm going to destroy you, and we're going to start anew. You know, we're going to figure out a way, with using the labs, figure out a way to fix her. Fix the one I actually want and care about. But yeah, so you have more medical equipment, toys near the medical. These look interesting. I'm getting, based on the design of like the legs, like it's the height and the designs. The overall, if you've seen, I want to say it's Return to Oz with the Wheelers, and then probably Playtime Catnap. That's the vibes I'm getting from these guys type deal. If you know the references, that you sort of hopefully see what I'm saying. They seem more like guard dogs in the form of toys. Like they look like toys, but not the soft, fluffy kind. They look like they could come to life and go after you. They're just meant to look freaky and weird. But yeah, a little teacup here. I'm assuming this is like a gas canister of some kind. It has little bones on it or something, or brushes. I don't know. I'm assuming this is like more medical equipment or something like that. So, door opening. More of those toys. They're looking towards the light. So maybe some form of sentience here. To that effect. Probably androids as well. Yeah, again, princess falling. The quote-unquote defective princess falling after she got her guts ripped out. Okay, this, interesting. Okay, so you can see the ripples in the water. Side of this, there's a crack here. So maybe this is a door of some kind with windows? I'm not entirely sure. There's not much we can go off of with that. Got the amusement park owner.
Oh, why hello! Didn't notice you there.
Based on the lights around him, I'm going with like a hologram type of him.
Come closer. Meet some very good friends of mine.
Okay, so we have her as ballerina and a mermaid. Oh, I'm curious if the labs are not only figuring out a way to heal the broken princess android, but also using them to create alternate versions of her to cover all these designs, like the mermaid, the ballerina. That's cute. Okay, so we have Park Planet news. No one asked for it, so we're making it. The princess can save herself. Okay, so maybe they turned the princess into a knight type deal. So the little princess dress, age 3 to 4. Princess Guinevere. Okay, so she is. Okay, so her name is Guinevere, not the little blonde chick, which I believe is what people probably figured out. Space Princess Guinevere. Oh, we're doing theater mode right now, so I can see. Okay, so maybe she's an inventor. Okay, so yeah, so this looks like the we saw earlier. So maybe that might be. God, I feel like I had some technical difficulties, a lot of other technical difficulties, I guess. It was the wrong place for my thing. Okay, so I can't read what this says, but if you look in the corner here, she looks very happy to be on stage. She looks like she should be anywhere else, but she's probably there to make sure that nothing happens to the princess. Like that. Okay, so she lost all of her skin, so the ballerina one, is probably who we saw, was the ballerina. This looks like superimposed of this one. Yeah, she's not sad in here. It's very much the look of someone who is like disappointed, like I knew this was gonna happen. Poor Guinevere. She's been through a lot. Numb. The drugs that make you numb, or something that makes you numb. Dino guy, I don't know who he is, but broken dino guy, he's missing the rest of his body. And then we have this, which is similar to the scene that we saw in the teaser trailer with the same person. So I'm assuming this is actually more of a scientist type person who is experimenting, trying to figure out how to fix the princess android, or just running experiments in general. Who knows? We'll find out. But these are probably different iterations of Princess Guinevere, except for her and her. Obviously, these are more like just people who like were models for the kids' clothing and stuff like that. You have like little deer. It was obviously like a still shot taken during a parade of some kind. You have the people like pointing at the princess and little animals floating around. You have her little buddy that we saw earlier in the one commercial. This is obviously someone's room that likes the Park Palace and Princess Guinevere, or Park Planet, who likes Park Planet and everything else. It could be that what we're seeing is, with the exception of these two, exception of these two images, we're seeing what has happened to Princess Guinevere probably multiple times, or her multiple iterations that she's had, like the mermaid and the ballerina one. Eyeball. Employees only. This guy's probably an employee who works there. Looks very. I can't think of the emotion that goes with that face. Maybe it's distraught or thinking very heavily about something that is upsetting. This person's angry. This person's in shock. It's like anger, disbelief. No. Or AIO. I don't know. Angry, ready to fight. This person just looks like zoned out, in shock. Need to stop this person from fighting. Okay, so based on this scene, they found Guinevere. This person found Guinevere in the trash. And then this guy is just broken. Yeah, ready to fight someone. The entrails all going towards the little girl scientist that we see here, and the creator of the Park Planet. Okay, of course, getting her back to the truck, what they're doing, and found Guinevere's body. He is looking towards us. She's looking more away. He's probably looking at Princess Guinevere that they just got rid of. You can see blood on her hands. We're fading to black to the title screen. It's glitching. Glitching and that. Okay. So about the teaser. This has gone on for an hour. Okay. So this scene, I'm assuming, is more geared towards like a children's cartoon that they probably put out. So again, very Disney-esque cartoon. This is the teaser that was put out a good while ago. Just having a bad dream. Hopefully I remember exactly what my thought process was when I wanted to show this. Okay. Yeah, so she is trapped in a dream sequence. Okay. So these two are the ones that we saw earlier. These two probably work in the dump trash area. He was the one, I'm assuming that's a he or they. They found the discarded body of Princess Guinevere, and it looks like they're probably in the lab, in one of the labs, to try to fix Ansash or heal her to some extent. And she is trapped in the dream sequence that we saw earlier. Okay, so she's scared, she's in pain, she doesn't know what's going on, she doesn't know that these two potentially rescued her, they're trying to heal. All she knows is that she is in pain, and she does not know what is going on. We're gonna continue on. Yep, the machine looks like it's breaking. Something's happening on the inside. They're trying to figure out, I guess, what's going on. She is smiling. Either she's laughing during this, or she's just... it's a type of pain where you really just laugh so much. Yeah, so she attacks up. Probably lost in the, mentally here, but physically out in the real world attacking. She is seeing herself as the princess still, mentally, while her body is going through all that pain and everything. So that's sort of what I was doing sometime this year, hopefully. That was my thought process. This was 7 months ago. Nice. Okay. Yeah, so that was... So yeah, that was my thought process for this. Again, this was the Knights of Guinevere, which I'm excited for the trailer. Not the trailer. I'm excited for the pilot. I am aware that I said a lot of things wrong. I called it Park Palace instead of Park Planet. I'm sorry, Lich. I'm not always good at remembering names and stuff, so sorry. I also love how they answered my question for whether or not Princess Guinevere was Princess Guinevere or Little Girl was Princess Guinevere was answered in the actual trailer, so I probably could have paid attention to that, but I didn't. I was silly. Okay, so in reference to knights, that could be in reference to these two. I can see these two being considered the knights of Guinevere, because they found her, as you see by the trailer, they were trying to heal her, so they are probably the knights, and she is probably the scientist or inventor who invented Guinevere, which is why you see them one close together, introducing the inventor, creator, and the quote-unquote machine. And it could be that, again, this room here was designed for Guinevere in an effort to keep her more in tune to the young princess, childlike aesthetic. To sort of keep her away from the horrors of the world, so she's more upbeat and happy and able to actually interact with people. Yeah, this scene here, which is why you see her here, which again, I'm assuming is one of the lab pods that we see earlier, working on one of the Guineveres. And it could be that because of this scene is so similar to the scene we saw in the teaser, where the two knights, quote-unquote knights, were trying to heal Guinevere in the machine. They had her strapped down and everything like that. It could be that she is also, her body at least, is remembering this, is remembering the pain and everything like that. So when she was there in that moment, even though mentally she was in that very fantasy-like place, her body was going, nope, this is not where I am. We are in pain. We are in danger. We have to get out. And it's probably like a body muscle memory thing. I don't know how that works. I don't know how it goes. I'm saying words that sound like relative sense. But that's sort of my thought process for this and for this series. And it could also be because because they are holding hands. I'm assuming that they are father and daughter, and that the amusement park was built for the daughter to be able to run. I don't want to say run experiments, to keep in his mind, probably to keep the daughter happy, but also, gosh, why is my mic doing that? I don't know why it's doing that. I'll probably have to fix that in post, but probably to allow it to. That might be a Guinevere, based on the hair designs and what we can vaguely see the eyes and the mouth and nose design. That might be a Guinevere. That could be a Guinevere. Which would make sense if she's like a favorite quote unquote toy of the little girl. Which could be why the little girl visits her, because she was a favorite. Sort of. So like thought process wise, that's all I got. Please let me know if there's like anything that you want to add in the comments, things that you noticed that I might not have, things you thought of. Just anything, if you think any of my concepts and ideas sound legitimate or not. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I am excited for when this comes out on September 19th. Hopefully you'll be too, and who knows, maybe I'll do a little review video of that one as well. Yeah, anyway, thank you all so much for watching this. I know this got very long. Thank you for listening to me ramble for like an hour and 22 minutes. Anyway, take care, be safe, remember you're loved, and I will see you all in the next video at some point, because I'm excited for this. It's so cool!